Hi everyone, so today I have a sponsored video for you from Tonic Studios for their new craft kit number 85. I believe it's called Pretty Petal Pot. Just adorable. So this item was sent free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And any links in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. Having said that, I do have them for the US and the UK, and it is either a monthly subscription or a one-off purchase. The one-off purchase is going to be slightly higher in pricing, and if you do the monthly subscription, it's a little bit different as far as the pricing, shipping, all that stuff. And there's no commitment. If you want to cancel it, whenever, you can cancel it whenever. So it's just a nice thing to have with that discount there. And if you are a current member, you also get 10% off the Tonic sites whenever you order other supplies and other die sets and great stuff that they have. So something to think about. It does have some info there. So let's check it out. The Tonic Craft Kit 85, and very cute, very pretty. They had I believe a showcase that was like a bouquet, and this looks like the top of that, like the pot, but bigger and a different. Excuse me, yeah. So it looks like something similar, but it's the pot shape. Very cute. So you have your inspo. They look at these flowers. How cute is that? It looks like maybe those were made from vellum, and it's showing you here with some treats inside. It always gives you a list of what's in the kit. You're going to see that on the product page also, but we'll go through and look at that when we look at the colors. This is your folder. This is the meat and potatoes. Tongue-tied today. So yeah, this is what I always call the meat and potatoes of the box. You have a photopolymer stamp set, and this time you have an embossing folder. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Very cool. So look at this. Oh my goodness, this is adorable. I love all these different little stickers. So you have this guy, and I always say you take that one and you kind of, pop it on the front. So as you're going through your binders, you choose which one you like there. But also on the side of your binder, the binder that this goes into, you can put these guys on there, right? So either that way or put this little guy, and then it holds 3 at a time, I believe, so you would have those little stickers. That's cute. I hope they continue doing that. That's very useful. So I'll put that right back. Actually, we'll put it over here. You have an embossing folder. It does these 2 different little designs here. You have like this cute meadow kind of vignette here, and then this one has like little flowers. It has it down here, although it says Tonic, but it does have little flowers there. So it's a full little area there. And let me give you some measurements on this. This guy feels pretty thick. It's almost 6 inches tall by 2 1/4 inches wide. So the little squares within that are, roughly what it's going to do is like a 2 3/8 inch square, possibly. Maybe a little bit longer in the other direction. Very cute. Feels nice and sturdy, of course. You have this photopolymer stamp set. It has some sentiments. It has some texture, like the wood texture. It has these little flowers for the side panels if you want to use that. You have flowers and hearts, sending love. May your day bloom with joy. You're a blooming delight. You're a ray of sunshine. You're my number one bud. There you go. And very cute. And so these are the parts that are going to make your flowers, your, your pot base. Super cute. So you have all these pieces, and of course we will go through and assemble that step by step today. I love that it comes with a bow, like a 3D bow. You have inlays, top of the pot there, the sides, and a little sign. How cute. You're blooming lovely, and it has the inlay for that. Not inlay, sorry, an embossed area. This also has a little embossed area, some little ruffles there for the sides. You have sprigs, you have rolled centers, and then your flower bits that you can kind of layer up, some leaves. Very cute. And we'll go through step by step, but generally you also get instruction. I get samples, so I don't have that part, but you will have that. So you have that there. And then here we have these fun pieces. Oh, I see some supplies. That was some supplies, this one. Look at that. Oh, that is so great for this one because you have the flowers. So you have a forming tool or, a large ball embossing tool. But basically that helps you shape flowers and things like that. So you have that really large one on one side, medium size on the other. You have your glitter marker and iced ivy. And again, this is a water-based glitter pen, as it says there. So once you get it primed and ready to go, you just pump it and you're going to have that beautiful green glitter just like you see there. Best used for porous surfaces like papers, right? Since it's water-based. I mean, you can use it on plastic. It might bead away, or after a while it's going to come away. So just know that. We have Nuvo. Oh, I always cut this, and today I decided to pull it, and that was not the best idea. So we have the Nuvo. Oh, these are the crystal drops. I love these. Morning Dew dries clear. So you can add this everywhere. I love this for floral designs or cards and things like that. So you put them wherever you like, and it's going to be super clear, so it's really cute. It looks like dew, right? Love that. And then you have your shimmer powder. And shimmer powders are real cool. You can wet your paper and just give it a... It's very fine powder. So it has this little tip, and when you squeeze it, it comes out. Or you can put it on dry paper and then wet it with, you know, a spray bottle or however you want to use it. This one's called Ivory Willow, and then these little beads of colors just kind of pop open. And when I say beads, it's a fine powder, but like it just starts bursting. You know, these colors will come through. So it looks like there's some green in there, some little reddish pink. Really cute. Oh, this is new. Yeah, they have some different things going on this time. Every fold, every cut, every hue, craft perfect, where every shade tells a story, excuse me. Cute. Okay, so again, you have your list of the colors. So it's saying we have brick red, classic card in brick red, buttermilk yellow, my goodness, arctic blue, bright white, mirror card in opera red, soft amethyst, and then you have pearlescent card in gleaming lilac and French mint, and vellum in vintage white. And we saw the vellum flowers there. That's really cool. So these are some of your craft perfect here. I can tell by the feel of them. They are more textured on one side, a little bit less textured on the back side or the other side. And if I'm going to stamp on this, I always stamp on the opposite side so you get a more crisp, clear stamp. And there's the other classic card. These are really pretty colors, really different. And there's that beautiful vellum, nice and thick. And then your pearlescent card. It's gorgeous colors here. And your matte metallic and your opera red. Really pretty, right? Really different collection of colors there. Okay, guys, well, I'm going to put some of these things to the side, and we will get started with the basic construction, and we'll go from there. So to start our project, I chose these colors. I think I'm going to use this for the pot base. It's kind of a terracotta color, and then this is going to be for the dome. So well, basically something like this. So it's going to be a little different, the dome part with greenery, so that when we put our flowers, the greenery is kind of showing through, and that's kind of how I envision that. So let's get this guy going. And this guy, if you want to do some stamping, of course you can do all that. I think I'm going to do an inlay panel on that for the base with this guy, and then with the shiny brownish cardstock, or metallic cardstock. But okay, so let me just go through the pieces that we will need right now. So we have some hexagons. I want you to notice you have this one that's smaller than like this one. This is its own thing. We are going to need both of them, so let's just go ahead and grab those pieces. We are going to need their hinge, and this guy for the dome top, and this for the sides. This one, I think everything else right now is decorative, so we don't need these other pieces. So for the dome, the little top part, because it's essentially going to open like this, you're going to want this guy. You need 6 of these guys, and a hinge. So the hinge, I'm going to make the same green color just because I feel like that's what it should be, but you can make it from whatever color you like, but I'm going to make it from this one. So 6 of these, 1 hinge, and then from the base color, if you're doing something different, you're going to want 6 side panels of this one. You're going to want 2 of the smaller hexagon, and 2 of what they're calling the large hexagon. I will say, and then 2 of this one with the tabs. Now, excuse me, for this larger one, you are going to then run it through, if you were to run it through, and then run it through with this guy. So I'll probably just do it all at once. There's no reason not to. It's just all in one step, instead of running 2 of these and then placing this and running it again. You're doing this with both of them. So I'm going to place this here for now, just to kind of give you an idea. And what I do when I do that, because you are going to want to line them up later when you glue this together on your project, is I would take that guy, let me get, and I'm going to tape it in a few different spots. That way when I pick it up, it'll be exactly the same, and I'll run it through again. So it doesn't come apart, and hopefully that will keep these basically the same for both the top and the bottom one that you need of this. So let's say those 2, and then maybe another spot, just so it's really held together well. You're going to want 2 like this, okay? And actually, if you're running it through this way, you're going to get the 2 large hexagons you need. Remember, you need 2 of just this large guy and then 2 of that ring. So I think that's a great idea there. So 2 of this, 2 of this, you're gonna have both parts that you're gonna need, and then 6 of the sides, right? And I'll be right back. And I'll just carefully pick that up. Remove this guy carefully because we are gonna wanna use that. And so now I have that large hexagon and also this guy prepped the way it should be. And actually that saves paper, which is really great for this since we have 1 sheet of this particular paper, right? So I'll have a second one run through. I'm gonna hold that just carefully. There we go. Okay, and I'll be back. And then even this guy, what I do for the next one is I'll put it in this other direction so that they nestle right next to each other and we're not wasting any paper at all. Okay, as I'm doing this, that this is going to be on the dome. So if you want that to be the same color, then you would just go ahead and take that larger hexagon and cut 2 from here. It's gonna be on the underside, so I'm gonna leave it. Okay, I'll be back. Yeah, guys, I'm not sure if I mentioned the small one, you need 2 of them, and it's for the base of the pot. So actually I've only got these things, so I'm thinking since I'm not gonna have enough to get 2, I'm gonna go ahead and switch out one of these guys for this, you know, so I can get 2 of them. So I'll still run a large one through this paper. Just whatever style choices you want to make, you know, it's not a big deal. But I will run that through there, and then I'm going to run another large one through the light green, which will actually work out really well. So that's how I'm going to do it, because otherwise we don't have enough paper to get 2 of these from this one sheet. Okay guys, so as I cut them out, again, we need 2 of these large guys. They're actually going to be the large hexagon, the base, like the under part of the dome top, and then the small hexagons are going to be the base of your pot. So you can imagine, see it's smaller and these line up. So you have 2 of those, 6 of the sides, and then 2 of these, again, the tabbed pieces that you would then cut the middle section out with the large hexagon, right? Now, another way of saving a little bit of paper, and just, you know, if it just depends on how you're working your paper as far as the colors, you can definitely run all these guys through together, right? So now you're going to have that tabbed area, right? The little framed out area, and then you're also going to get this little guy. And that's just what way of running one through one time, and you're getting everything from that one section of paper. So just another way of thinking about it. I totally forgot that I was going to use different colors, and I was like, oh, that doesn't work. But we're going to make it work out anyway. So don't be alarmed that I have 2 different colors of these guys, of the large one. It'll work out in just a moment. So let's focus on this. So we're going to put this aside. We are going to do something special with this one still. We need to do something to one of these guys. Our 6 sides, the bases, that's for the plant base. This is for the plant, pot top part. You're going to take these little guys and just give them a little bit of a bend. And, you know, these guys are going to kind of glue together around the edges here, so I'm just going to do that. And then these tabs we're going to fold under. And you're essentially going to start off by gluing them like this, and then you're going to cover that part, right? So since I'm going to do that, I'm going to use this one first, and I'm going to glue these guys on it, and when I cover it with this, it's just going to be green. You'll hardly see that brown. So something to think about, okay? But anyway, we're just going to go through, I'm going to do it to all of them, right? Give them a good rounding, kind of mess a little bit with the glue tabs, and I will be right back. Okay, so let's get started on that. I'm just putting the glue on this back side, but you can definitely put it on the glue tab itself. So this is the rough cut side, but it doesn't really matter. This is going to get covered up completely. But I'm just letting you know what I'm doing. And you can leave this flat. You know, I always end up working up here. I don't know why. That's just what I like to do. And I like to use wet glues for this part of it. You can definitely use double-sided sticky, you know, adhesive. You're going to cover it up anyway, so it's going to have that stability. But I just like using wet glues. So there goes that. You can imagine I'm just going to go around and place one of these guys on every edge, and then I'll put them together. So I'll be right back. Just the last 3 here. The last one in here, and again, just paying attention to the very edge, that nothing's being impeded here. And I'm going to let that set up before we continue on. I will say one more thing you're going to do at the bottom here is adhere your glue tabs. So if you want to put that on now, you can definitely do that. I'll go ahead and score it first though. so that we don't have to do that after it's attached. It can be a little more tricky. And excuse me. Essentially, this is, you're going to want it sticking out like that, and then you're going to trap it with the second large hexagon. And then this piece is going to get trapped into the bottom portion. So just wherever you think you want to put this guy. You can also wait till you're all done, because a lot of times I'll see that, oh, this side looks really good and I want that to be the front, or I want that to be the, you know, obviously the front. So this other side will be the back, but I'm going to attach it now. And essentially, I suppose you could just go ahead and stick this on too, and then do the other portion, because all we're going to do is connect these guys, but whenever you want to do that. Just looking at the instruction, this is, you know, just going to make it a dome first. Okay, I think these might be ready. So again, this is a coated paper, so you're going to want some patience with this guy, and you're just going to glue those tabs, and it's going to make like a rounded top. So as I'm kind of holding this very top part, I'll really pay attention to that. So I'm holding it for a little while, and then I'll kind of focus more on this bottom part, because I do want this lined up better. You're going to cover flowers, so you know you might not see some little imperfections if it's not perfectly lined up, but I always like to try to make the shape nicely. So after I focus on that top part, I'm going to focus on these guys meeting up right on that fold, or yeah, well, the score line, but also this cut line. Okay, and then you can go back and do any adjustments if you have any to make, and now I'll just hold it, and it's pretty much holding already. So I'll go to the next one, and again, I don't slather it in too much glue. You want the glue to get sticky tacky pretty quick, but if you put a ton, then it's going to stay pretty wet for a good amount of time. So again, I kind of focus on this top part. I'll hold that for a little bit before I see how there's a gap there, or a space. So I'll hold on to this before I kind of come in and manipulate the rest of it. Before I come in and kind of push this up towards this top part here, give myself a little room, okay? And just bring it up a little bit. It's not perfect still, but it's pretty good, right? So there you go. And again, this is pearlescent paper, so I do have to hold it for a little bit longer than if it was a more porous paper. And I'll continue doing that, guys. So once I'm happy with that, again, a little glue so it gets nice and tacky, not too much so it stays slippery for way too long. And then I'll move into this section. The top is essentially going to stay open, this little top hexagon area, okay? So don't worry about that right now. So hold it there, very cute. Okay, I'll be back. You guys, this is so adorable. It's going to make like a petite little thing. Oh, I love it. So, okay, I'm just going to put in this last section some glue there, some glue here, and just kind of mess with it. Actually, funny enough, I ended up with this at the back, and that'll probably be good because I was able to focus more on those first portions, and if this ends up in the back, that's perfectly fine. So I'm just gonna put that in there, try to get those to meet up, those tabs, and hold that a little bit. If you need a little bit of help, you can definitely come in with like a pencil or something. That opening is about 1/2 inch or so, so I'll just bring something that helps me get in there. Have this little pointy stick thing, that's fine. And I'm just gonna hold those glue tabs, and then I'll pay attention to this one over here that's still kind of hasn't quite made it. Again, you're gonna cover this up, so just get this general shape. It doesn't have to be super perfect. I'm going to hold this for just a little bit, and once I think it's ready, I'll just manipulate this one back inside. Just push back out in there, and that'll be it. Put that in there, just got that tab back in there. And pretty good. Okay, now I'm just going to cover the bottom, and like I said, it can be both the same color, whatever works with your paper and where you at on your project. Really want to get the glue on the very edge. I was going to put it on this, to be honest, but this will be fine. Okay. And again, we already have that little glue tab for the next piece right in here. So that is that. I can flatten that out. Okay, I'm going to hold that down for a little bit. Super cute. It's going to be such a cute size. Love it. I'll be right back. Okay, so we have that, again, nice side facing out. So we can trap that in there. We have this little guy. Okay, so let's focus on this. On these two rings, you're going to cut all the tabs off of one. You want to take it to your paper trimmer or whatever, you know, go for it. you're just basically going to cut these guys off because you only need glue tabs on one of them. The other one's there for a different purpose. So I'm going to go around and just cut these all off at the score line. Just cut those pieces off. And I'm going to go ahead and score this one right now because we're going to use it right now and I don't want to score it afterward. I'm going to do it now. So there we go. So for the nice hexagon that we just cut the glue tabs away from, we are going to turn this down because you need these glue tabs for the base, for this bottom part to hold on to. So just make sure those glue tabs are facing down. And then this guy, we're going to take this and essentially glue the glue tab there, right? Oh, sorry, underneath. Oopsie. This way. Yeah, it needs to fit in this space. So right in there, basically. Okay. So from the top. So I'm going to look at the nice side. This is the rough cut side. This is the nice side. And this is going to go underneath like that. So small glue tab, but we are going to glue it together even after that. So just pop it underneath from the top. That way it opens up. You saw earlier it was going to underneath this way, the tab, not under this guy coming up from underneath, just the tab. Okay, line that up really nicely. And then you're going to glue this hexagon onto this one. So I'm going to put a generous amount of glue. And I already scored our other piece, but I'm going to lay it flat now. And you're going to take this guy, very cute, and just stick it right on top so I can get a little bit closer. Sorry, maybe I should have done that earlier. You're just going to put that right on top. Make sure that's lined up really nicely and hold those together. So you didn't put any glue on this green part. That has nothing to do with this. Okay, this is its own little ring that we are reinforcing and keeping that glue tab in there. Okay. So I'm just going to make sure that stays together real nice before we move on. Actually, we can probably do the next part because you're just going to put this guy together. It has nothing to do with this, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to take all 6 of my sides and go ahead and score them right now. So I will do that and I will be right back. Okay guys, I will say I usually decorate my sides and all those kinds of things after I put it together, but this one I think I'm going to go ahead and do it while they're flat because instead of holding this in my hand, the structure the whole time and try to glue it, you know, I'm just going to put these to the side for now. I'm going to go ahead and take this guy and we're going to need the panel. That can be the one, it could be, you know, some colorful paper, some pattern paper, whatever it is that you want to do. I'm going to go ahead and do the inlay for it. So I'm going to cut out 6 of these, and again I layer them in a way that I can go like this and then opposite so that it just kind of nestles in with each other. So I'm going to cut 6 of these out and then I will be right back. And of course we tape them so that they don't move. We don't want any damage to our machines if in case your dies, one goes on top of the other or however. So I'm going to run these through and I'll be back. Everything comes out so nicely, just falls right out, so very easy. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so we'll just get these down on here. So again, whatever your favorite method of adding something intricate like this, just put a little something here and there, and then I'll put some glue on the back of my hand and just dab it in the more delicate areas there, and I'll just get this down on here and I'll do the same thing for all 6. Okay, I'll be right back. I have 4 of them under here. These are the first 2 I've made. So you're gonna take these guys, the small hexagon, and you're basically gonna adhere these around that base, right? So just like we did earlier. So under, this is still the nice side. You know, if someone looks down in there, they're gonna see the nice side. And you're gonna put your tab under that. And then when we're done, we're just gonna cover that all up with this little guy. So I just wanna show you right now that I have a few ready. I'm just going to put them all on just like we did before. So all 6, and then we'll join the sides and cover it up. Okay, I'll be right back. There's your little 6 there. Making sure nothing's being impeded. Usually do that as I stick them down, but just making sure that one can be pushed in a little better. Okay, and then we're just gonna go up the sides and glue these guys together. So you have much more open area for this on this one. So pretty easy here. We're just gonna go put some glue up on each one and glue it to the next one, okay? And I'll be right back. Glue there, attach there, right, all around. Okay, just finished that one. I didn't come back to show because it was very simple. I just want to show you this one, how I made that dome shape, got in there. So there you go. And then we're just going to top it with this guy. And of course, rough side, whoopsie, with the glue. And the nice side facing out. Put plenty of glue. Make it nice and stable. And we're just going to cover up those glue tabs. And push down a little bit. And then I'll go ahead and turn it over. I'm going to push down from in here. Just to make sure it's really nice and sealed up on those little edges. And then we're just going to add this top, and then we're going to add our flowers. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, so we have that, we have this guy, and then again it opens up like this, so let me just get that trained a little bit to make it easier. Okay. And so we're just going to get these little tabs pushed back down a little bit. I do like them to have some tension like coming out, so that way when I glue this, it'll just want to go in. And of course I put glue right up to the very edge. Every single one of these guys. And whichever one you like to be in the front, you would put your hinge to the opposite side. Okay, sorry for the rough edit. I just wanted to say again, I keep these kind of out like this, and actually you're going to push it all the way down. So this is a little bit smaller than the lip of this. So just get it all down in there and push it down until it just like sits in there. And that's where you want this guy to be. So he's kind of recessed a little bit. Okay. And then I would just kind of hold these sides just to make sure everything is adhering and touching. You can do it from the outside like this, or you can lift the lid and like get your finger in there, right? So I will be back. I'm going to hold that. Okay guys, so there it is. And then you have your little opening there, and we're just going to decorate this with flowers. So I think I'm going to do a ton of white flowers, like baby's breath kind of thing. Like, why not? Obviously it's a little bit different than baby's breath, but just that's what I was thinking. So I'm going to take this shape. Obviously you have lots of shapes. You have rolled centers. I mean, lots of ways to play with this. Let me take this off of here and put it back on here. I'm going to make them double, so each flower is going to have two. You have the vellum if you want to play with that, but I'm just going to make them all of these, so I'm just going to cut like a ton of these guys. So I will be back with that, and then I want some greenery, and I'll probably just run this through, whatever I have left over here, and just a few of those. I do like them to, tuck in here and there. And then you have, your little sign that says like you're bloomin' lovely. I mean, you can glue that in here and then have all these things, whatever it is. If you want to put that little sign, you have the little wood kind of texture or detail. You also have this little cutie. It looks like a little lacy thing that you can put on around the edges here. However you want to play it up. But I have the inlay, and I think I'm going to leave that to speak for itself. So we have that. We also have this little guy, so maybe I'll cut some of these again for filler. So I will be back. Okay guys, so I cut quite a few of the white flowers, and if I need to cut more, I will. I want to do them double layer, and I'm going to grab the tool that comes in your kit to do a little bit of shaping, not too much. I'm also going to do a little water. So you can put the water on the front or on the back or whatever, of your flowers. I'll just do a few at a time because I don't want to dry out in the meantime. And we'll take our ball tool, and I'll probably use the smaller side. This guy's a big boy, but that's okay. And just a little bit of water just to kind of moisten them. That one didn't quite get it. It's a little bit more than I would want, but that's okay. Here we go. Just to soften them up. And you don't even have to do that, to be honest. You can just leave them. But it does make them easier to work with. So I'm going to turn it over. So on the back side, you have the rough side and the nice side. I'm just going to do this. And they're going to cup backwards like that. And that's okay. And like I said, I'm going to do two of these layered up. But for right now, I'm just going to do this to all these little guys that are in front of me. and I'll be right back. And you can do a little bit or a lot, whatever. So I'm gonna grab a couple of these guys, like this one, and just put a little glue. If they're still really wet, you can hit them with the heat tool, but I kind of want them to be a little bit wet right now. I'm gonna offset these guys. And you see they're kind of curved back. Put it in my hand, and then I'm just gonna push it down the center. And that just gives you a little texture, okay? Or dimension, however. So, and then, I mean, you can still mess with them afterwards, so whatever it is that you want to do with them. But that's all I'm going to do with all these, so I'm going to put them together, one and then the other, and just kind of push it through with my ball tool. So when I come back, I'll have several of those, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I fired up the glue gun. Again, if you want to put your little sign in here, you know, you can pop that in there. I'm just going to start off by putting one of my little flowers, like, literally right on top. So I'm going to put some glue around the outer edge of this, because I can see, obviously, there's a hole there, so we need it to actually make contact with something. And like I said, I always just remove these little gluey bits later. So just on the very top, put something in like that, okay? And then I'm just going to go in and fill this in with flowers as much as I can. I think I'll start around here and then just put in leaves here and there whenever I feel like it. So it looks like it can be like there, and maybe this one here, right? So hot glue, make it quick and easy. And then everything else will just kind of fill in. And if I got to make more flowers or leaves or whatever, I'll do that. I think, well, I actually don't know how many I have here. Maybe this one can go up here. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is what I have here. Maybe I don't need to put them all so close together either, so maybe give it some space there. And you know, they can go all the way down in here. Obviously you're just covering this little green area of mine, because otherwise if you stick them here, you're going to stick it shut, right? So just going to fill them in, guys, and then I'll come back and show you how I'll do the greenery, just kind of getting some in here and there. Okay, so I kind of have them all over the place. This is the back, actually, and I didn't want to put too many there because you do want that to hinge. So if there was like a flower petal down the way or a couple, it would impede. And so like I said, I don't get rid of the little glue strips or strings until after it's cooled. So that should be like about now. Just kind of pull these things, okay. And then we can go in and just start putting in some greenery wherever you think would look nice. You know, here and there. So a little something right there, and maybe another actual leaf like this one coming from wherever. So we're just going to take these guys. You can also shape your leaves, but I'm just going to kind of leave them there. Okay, so I'm just going to go around, and I cut tons of those, so I'll just tuck them in here and there, guys, wherever I think it looks cute. And I'll be right back. One more thing. I will say, if, you know, like this little stem, it's not going to show and I don't need it, so if it impedes anything, just cut it off. You don't have to keep it that way. All these things. Again, you can give your little leaves some shape. All kinds of fun things. So I'm just going to glue that there. And that fit better than when it had the stem. Okay, guys, I actually have just this one little guy left, and I didn't cut any more flowers, so I think 12 was good to go with this one. And look how cute and full it looks in there. And I'm just going to pop on some centers. Like I said, you have rolled centers. You can play with that however, but I'm just going to grab a few little, like, rhinestones, and then I want to show you guys these guys. So hopefully I'll have time to let this dry before I take my pictures, because it does look a little milky. Let me turn this guy off. And when you're doing drops, you want to do them in a way that you're close to the surface you want. You're not touching it, okay? Because then it just flattens out, looks weird. So just leave it up here, kind of give it a squeeze, and when you stop squeezing, just kind of round it out. At least that's what I do, and you'll have a little drop, right? And you can make them as large or as small as you like, you know, wherever you want to put them. Again, maybe a couple here. Now these are angled, so if it was something you were thinking that you were going to do before, maybe you want to do it when the leaves are flat, let it dry completely, and then come in. But they should pretty much stay where you're putting them, so I'm just going to put them on the leaves here and there. And hopefully I can wait so that the pictures will have them on there nice and cute. And again, I'm just going to add some rhinestones here and there. So yeah, that's probably good. Just a few little dewdrops here and there. And not too big. And then when it opens up, and you have plenty of space to put some cute things in there. I'll clean up my little strings. And this will dry completely clear and lovely. So let me give you some measurements. The project itself looks like it's about 3 3/4, maybe 4 inches tall. The width at the very top is like 2 1/8. At the very base, you have about 1 1/4 inches. I'm not trying to touch it because I put all the little stuff in there, but you can imagine, I mean, this will hold quite a few treats, and it is very, very cute. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope that gave you some step-by-step info on how to put that together. The construction is super easy, really cute. I mean, you can just make the pot, the bottom part, and put other little treats in there. It'll be very lovely too. So thanks for watching, guys. Thank you so much, Tonic, for sponsoring this video. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box, and I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now.